by the power of Grayskull.
Hello, this is just a quick review for Street Fighter 6. This is actually the demo version that I'm playing here. It's free to download on the PlayStation Store at the moment. And I've just recently paid, I think it was £8 for the 30th anniversary of Street Fighter, where you get all the Street Fighters up until Street Fighter Alpha 3 and no Street Fighter 3, like the second game of Street Fighter 3. I think there's 12 games altogether and you pay £8 and you get them all. And I was playing through the old original Street Fighters, and the gameplay obviously classic, but when I've been playing this, you know, it's just the difference in the game, and it's like immense. But the direction that they're going with this game now, I don't really like it. I think they've spoiled it. Well, they're trying to delve into a bigger genre of game, like an RPG kind of game, when they should just stick to what they know, fighting games, because they've tried to do it and it's piss poor. It's like, it really is shit. For 2023, I mean, you should be disappointed. And also there's like a commentator you can have who commentates the matches, like a play-by-play as you're punching them or as you do a special move. They'll, like, you know, commentate on it. But I don't know, I think the characters look a bit too cartoony. You know, like the proportions are out slightly. I mean, Ryu is far too muscly, I think. But the fighting, they've got different elements into it now where you can now like do parries, you can do grab parries. You know, that special move there where like all the paint colours coming off them. That's with the certain buttons, so you can like counter. I don't know. It's just, I mean, I'm not a huge Street Fighter fan. I used to play Street Fighter 2 when I was younger. But that's about it. I didn't play like any of the other titles, even Street Fighter 2 Turbo and Hyper and all the other ones, all the Alpha range and all the rest of it. I didn't play any of those, so I'm only coming in from a casual fan. But they've got like a story campaign mode, and this is where like I was creating the character here. But what they're trying to do with the game, I think it's a huge like task, and they've really reaching for the stars, because now they've got it where it's an open world. You can walk around, you can talk to people, you can interact with people, and also you can fight anybody. I mean, it's ridiculous. You can fight like the shop vendor, you can fight somebody just waiting, you know, at the side of the road. It doesn't always have to be, you know, like bosses or like fighter-based characters. You can always just beat anybody up, and there's like a level ranking system. I mean, you'll see when it comes on. But this is the character development, and I thought this is a good little touch. But again, you're creating an avatar to be in an open world. It's supposed to be Street Fighter. I mean, what is the game trying to do? It's biting off more than it can chew, I think. And like I said, they're just reaching for the stars. Obviously, they want Street Fighter franchise to grow into something more than just, you know, a fighting game one-on-one, because it was 2D. Now they've went with the 3D graphics. But I just don't like how they're doing it. Like, this is basically the story mode. You know, I've created a character, and you end up just walking around. You can talk to these people, you know, challenge this guy to a fight. And you can basically press X to talk to them or square to challenge them, and then you just fight them there and then. He's on level 9, I'm only on level 1. But it's that easy. You know, I didn't find it challenging at all, really. And obviously, once you've got... I mean, I didn't choose any of my moves. I didn't choose, like, that orange tracksuit bottoms or anything like that. All I chose was what you've seen before, was the shape of my face, your eyes and your hair and all the rest of it, your voice. But that's all in your body shape. You can get ripped or you can be, like, muscly built. You know, so they've got the customization's really detailed. but you don't get to choose any of your moves. What I'm guessing is that you'll probably unlock combos and move styles later in the game as you fight people. You'll probably get a chance to unlock combos and stuff to use. But again, it's supposed to be Street Fighter. I'm not sure what they're trying to actually achieve by having an open world game like this. And if you run to the end of the street, it just tells you can't go further in chapter 1, so you're restricted to like a big open, I'm saying open world, but it's not, it's just like a big play area, and it's got invisible barriers on the side. And there is no, from what I can tell, all you do is just see I'm ranking up, you can level up, you unlock stuff to wear, unlock haircuts and shit like that, but then you can just go around talking to anybody. They're the two main characters that you start off with, so you obviously can't fight them. But then I think I walk over to the shop vendor here and I just fight him. You just press square and he just challenges them to a fight. And I was just thinking, what is this? Like, what is this trying to do? Is it just becomes a grind where you're just fighting people that you come across in the play area, and then you level up and then upgrade your guy and just keep grinding that until you come to a boss or whatever. You know, there's like, I've seen, when I was downloading the game, I watched the video that, you know, showcases it, and it was showing you like you create a character, it's like fighting gangs of people, like you might be taking 5 or 6 people on at once in the big open area instead of just one-on-one like this. You do fight gangs of people, but still, I don't know, is this Street Fighter? I mean, Street Fighter to me is a fighting game. It's a one-on-one versus game. You don't have story mode and stuff like this, like where you're walking around in an open space just challenging people. I think this is it, where I go to the end, I tried to see what was beyond the graphics, and it just turns you away. And I was just thinking, well, what is it that we're trying to actually achieve? Is it just, you know, you just talk to these people with the levels above the head, everyone's level 1, level 2, and you just chin everyone until you've leveled up to level 6 or whatever, and then, you know, you move on to the next thing. But the actual fighting of it, it's okay, but if I was honest, I would probably go back to Street Fighter 5. That was a bit like more playable. Like, to say he wouldn't let us down those stairs unless I had a travel pass. So obviously you've got to do objectives for people, and you get a travel pass, and that makes you move on to the next bit. But I can see it just being a huge grind. You know, it would get boring quickly, I think. And by the looks of it, you're overpowered from the beginning, so, you know, it doesn't seem it's going to be quite hard. I'm guessing it ramps up in difficulty along the way, but I don't really like where Street Fighter's going. If this is the future, I really hope this doesn't become popular, so then they invest into Street Fighter 7 is more along the lines of this. I hope they get the gist with this and realise nobody wants this game, so they'll go back to Street Fighter 5 when they make Street Fighter 7, and it'll just be back to a fighting game. But I don't know, it's just, I was a bit disappointed. I'm glad it was a demo, because there's no way I would want to pay a full price for this. I'd be so disappointed. For a AAA title, it's horrendous. But yeah, it's like, I suppose I'm just looking at it from a casual fan. Maybe if you're a long-time fan of Street Fighter franchise, this is what you've been waiting for. I really don't know, but just as casual fan and somebody who knew the game back in the day, I just thought, oh my god, what the fuck's going on? So, like I say, if you like the look of this, go and download it. It's free to download this month, but personally I'm going to be giving this a miss. Like, it's ruined, you know. I think they're trying to do something that they shouldn't. But yeah, that's just my opinion. So if you like it, go and download it. It's free this month. Don't know how long for, but yeah, that's it. See ya.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.